Hello guys, welcome to another episode of my journey going from zero to $100,000. This will be episode number 5. Episode number 4 was 4 months ago, so quite some time. I didn't really have a big update for you guys, but I need to do this one. End of the year, the results are gonna be not that great. You will see, we will go into all of the details, but again, that is the reality of trading. So in the last episode, I got funded with FTMO, funded with Alpha Capital. I also had 2 challenges running in stage 2, both from FTMO and Alpha Capital. And also on Darwinex Zero, I had quite a good return and return to drawdown ratio. We will go through all of that in this episode. And I just want to say this series is going to continue into 2025. I do believe I will get some very nice setups in 2025. Usually Q1 of any year, that is according to my backtesting and live trading experience, usually Q1 is really good for my strategy. We get some really nice trends and I get some really nice winning setups. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get onto the PC. First one on the list is going to be FTMO. So here is the FTMO account. This is the live account. And if we go to the metrics, let's go there and let's see my results. So yeah, we're in quite a bit of drawdown. If you're wondering how much is my risk, it is 0.5% on every position. So we are near the max loss. We're getting there, but again, I just need 1 or 2 big trades to put me back above break even and maybe into some nice profits. So I'm not worried, I'm following my plan. Last couple of months have not been that great with my strategy. I had 2 or 3 trades that went into some really good profit, like 5% plus, and then reversed all the way back down and took me out for break even or a loss, which was pretty tough to deal with, but it is the reality of trading. I do have a little bit of a different trade management after that scenario. Anyway, got some winners along the way. Right here, a bit of, let's say, relief, but overall we are down to minus $3,700. Further statistics, I mean, nothing that interesting. So I haven't breached anything. So I'm still inside of all of the criteria, right? So the criteria is still okay, but just the performance is very bad on this live account or funded account. A number of trades is 30, number of lots, win rate is just 20%, which usually is not like really bad for my strategy. Usually my win rate is like 30%, so it's not really that much different than what I usually have, but I just didn't get a lot of winners or I didn't secure a lot of profit. I'll show you with the equity curve on Darwinex Zero at the end, where you can actually see the spikes in equity where I had those big winners. They went in profit and then reversed back down and took me out for break even. Anyway, continuing with this FTMO account, that is about it. Here is the trade journal. So yeah, took 30 trades. The start of this account was somewhere around August. July was great. July was a really big month for me. I made a lot of percentage in July, but after that I did start to struggle. But anyway, this is just how the strategy goes sometimes. So you will have these quiet periods. Even the best of traders have losing months and even losing years. If you take a look at THA, like the biggest trader on Darwinex, he has like $32 million under capital. He had a losing year in 2018. So for the whole year, he actually lost money. That's normal. You're gonna get that, especially if you're a swing trader. If you're more of a scalper, day trader working at a real prop firm like SMB Capital or Positive Equity, most of your months should be positive. But if you're a swing trader, having a negative month is really not a surprise, and having a negative year can happen as well. Here are some of the statistics: opening hours, buy, sell, volume, symbol. But again, this data set is too small to draw any conclusions. So when I'm searching for refinements, I need at least 1 year of data. That is something I focus on. So at least 1 year of data, either backtesting data. I mean, for backtesting, it's even more, but for live trading, I think 1 year of data of live trading is good enough for me to make some adjustments. And I have analyzed my trading results for 2024, my live trading results. I went through the live trading journal and I found some really interesting things. and I made some refinements, some adjustments for 2025. So that is it for this account. The next one was the verification. Basically, it was in euros. So usually you get either a $100,000 account or you get 80,000 euro account. I chose euros. It was a technical mistake. I clicked the wrong currency. I was clicking too fast, but what you're gonna do, it happens. Metrics, as you can see, this is not passed. I failed it on the 19th of November, so a month ago, something like that. Basically, same story as the live account, except here I'm risking 1% on every position, okay? So for the funded account, it's not the real funded account, it's all demo money and demo accounts. Again, prop firms make money off of the failed challenge fees, and winning traders get paid out from the failed challenge fees. But this fund account, I'm risking 0.5%, and this challenge account, I'm risking 1% on every single position. And that is what you can see here. That is why I hit the limit sooner when compared to the funded account, okay? And if you're wondering, I always choose the swing type, because I can hold through the weekend, I can trade through news as well, which I think is a must for me as a swing trader. If we go lower, kind of same story. So we had, again, max loss exceeded, profit target not hit, and the number of trades 26. So pretty much these are all the same trades as on the account that I showed you before. The reason is I have these accounts connected through a trade copier. I use Traders Connect. There will be a link in the description if you want to check it out. By far the best, the fastest, the most reliable trade copier I have ever used. So it's absolutely awesome. But anyway, I have my IC Markets live account, and then I just copy every single trade. I set the risk parameters as well, how much I want to risk on that one. And then everything goes in automatically. Pretty much you're gonna see the same trades. You're gonna see this equity curve looks pretty similar to the account that I just showed you. So what is my game plan for FTMO? Well, we're gonna keep trucking. We're gonna keep trading this account, and I'm gonna try to get it above break even. If I get one or two big winners, again, I have a low win rate, but a high risk to reward. My win rate is around 30%. My risk to reward, average risk to reward, is I think 1 to 8. So it's absolutely massive. And I just need one or two winners to bring me above break even, and then maybe even make some nice percentage as well. So the plan is keep trading this account normally. I'm gonna follow the probabilities. I'm gonna follow my trading edge, and possibly buy another 100K account to start in January of 2025. Okay, that is my big desire. FTMO, buy at least one account in 2025, possibly in January, start the year strong, get some trends, and possibly pass the challenge and get some payouts as well. Alpha Capital is going to be a bit of a different story. So now we shall switch to Alpha Capital, and I'm going to share my opinion on Alpha Capital and my plans for that prop firm. So here we are on Alpha Capital. These are all of the accounts that I have with them. So evaluation was a success, verification was a success, evaluation was a success. Again, I have one funded account, and then I have one verification account, which is stage 2, I believe. So if we click the funded account in progress, okay, so I haven't failed anything on Alpha Capital, and we are unfortunately pretty close to the limit. Or are we? We're actually kind of half, like we still have half to hit the drawdown limit. Current equity is 47.8. The starting equity was 50,000, and the max loss is at 45. So we still have some breathing room. Again, this equity chart is not as good as the one on FTMO, but maybe we can switch the dates. So if we start in, I don't know, let's start 1st of August or 23rd of August, and let's end today's date. So yeah, this is the equity curve. And I actually was above break even at one point. It was in November when I had that winning trade on, I think it was Aussie JPY. Went into quite a bit of profit and then reversed all the way back down. So maybe this is a bit too small for you guys to see, but it went above break even, and then again it was a running trade. I have a trailing stop loss, and then we basically got taken out for around break even. So why does this equity curve look a bit different than FTMO? Why does it look more flat? why do I still have a lot of breathing room for Alpha Capital when compared to FTMO if everything was connected on the same trade copier? The reason is, when I was trading, in one of the months, Alpha Capital disabled trade copiers on CTrader accounts. So I use CTrader, which I highly recommend. I think CTrader is great, but MetaTrader with prop firms, they just don't go well. There has been some issues. So for me, I started solely using CTrader, and for some reason, Alpha Capital just dropped trade copier support for all of the CTrader accounts. I didn't get a notification, I didn't get an email, I didn't get a message, nothing. One day I just opened up Traders Connect, I opened up the trade copier, and I saw that for the past 20 or 30 days, none of the trades I took actually copied over. I got lucky, it kind of saved my ass, because during that period when the trade copier wasn't working, I took losses. So actually, I got lucky that all of those losses were not copied over to Alpha Capital accounts. But I don't like that they did this kind of behind my back, disabled trade copier support, and didn't make any significant announcement. It was just like one day it was gone. So I don't like what they're doing in terms of that. Also, I have had some issues with their website, with the dashboard. It wasn't loading well. Now they seem to have fixed it. So now it seems to work pretty good. It looks pretty nice as well. But again, I don't really like Alpha Capital, and I'm not gonna be getting another Alpha Capital account anytime soon. So I will stick to FTMO. I also saw some drama surrounding Alpha Capital, some rejected payouts, some other issues on Twitter. I don't like it. I like prop firms that have very little drama surrounding them. FTMO and the 5%ers are a great example. So yeah, in the future, I will not be getting another Alpha Capital account just for these little reasons. But again, a lot of little issues form into one big issue. In terms of statistics, so we have the max loss. Still, there's quite a lot of room until the max loss. Number of trades, 20. So you see, on FTMO, I took 30 trades, I think. On here, I took 20 because the trade copier got disabled. A bit of a better win rate. So yeah, if you want to go through these results, you can pause the video. That is about it for this account. Now I want to show you the other one I have with Alpha Capital. So we're back on the homepage, and here is the other one, 100K. This time the other one was 50K, and this is pretty close to hitting the max stop loss. We again need to set the dates, so let's use the 1st of August. Let's do December 23rd, right? Yeah. 23rd. This is the equity curve. You can see it even better here. So we went into some really good profit, went above break, even into like 100K, 100.3K, and then went all the way back down. That was a JPY trade that reversed. So I am at minus 9.5K, pretty close to 10K max loss. The odds are not in my favor. Looks like I'm probably gonna lose this account. I have just one more trade. I did lower my risk from 1% to 0.5%, so I still have one trade. Again, my win rate is only 30% on average, so there's a higher chance that the next trade will be a loss. But I just need to follow the plan. I need to keep executing. I wanted to make this video to show you guys the realistic side of trading. I mean, I'm pretty much struggling in the last couple of months, but that is just how it goes. Trading is a very tough game. Your strategy is not gonna work every single month. There is also a possibility that your strategy will not work on a period of 1 year. Yeah, that is just how it goes. And I think these videos should give you a realistic expectation. Again, it's not impossible. So it is very possible, but we wait for the good months. In 2024, I have had a good Q1 and a good Q3, I believe. Or maybe even, I think I had a good January, April, and July, right? So I had 3 very, very good months. Rest of the months were pretty slow and did not have a lot of winning setups. Some were even negative. So that is the reality. And you just need to keep on executing, keep following the plan, and never give up, because I know on a large sample size what I'm doing works. I know because I've been trading it for quite some time now. This is not my first drawdown, and I've kind of gotten a little bit used to it. You never get fully used to it. It's still very, very tough, but it is a bit easier. So yeah, this is the account. Pretty close to the max loss, but we're still gonna fight. We're still gonna keep executing the plan. What am I doing now? Again, since the trade copier is disabled, Alpha Capital disabled it, I'm manually executing setups. I have CTrader on my phone, right? And then I just manually put in a trade. In MetaTrader, that thing copies over to my FTMO, copies over to my Darwinex, and then I manually put in a trade on this account on Alpha Capital and on the funded account as well. It is pretty funny that I got lucky with the whole trade copier thing, because during that time when the trade copier was not active, I took mostly losses, so it did save me. I'm in a much better spot in terms of the funded account compared to my FTMO account. But again, it could have been the other way. I could have taken a huge winner, and then I would be super mad, I would be super pissed that I missed on huge amount of percentage. And also Alpha Capital is kind of a concerning prop firm for me. Even if I do reach a payout with this account, I'm still like wondering, will I get a payout? Will they scam me in some sort of way? Will they introduce some sort of a new rule? Will they try to pull something in the background? So I think Alpha Capital is currently pretty sketchy, and I would advise you guys to stay away, stick with the OGs, stick with the trusted prop firms. Don't cheap out, so don't pick the cheapest option. Don't go with a new prop firm just because it's super cheap. But again, you get what you pay for, especially with prop firms. Go with FTMO, go with 5%ers, pay the premium, and you will have the highest chance of actually getting a payout. Of course, know that this whole space is pretty volatile. It is a wild, wild west. So even FTMO, even 5%ers can reject the payout. But if you want to give yourself the best probabilities for success, go with those two prop firms. So that is about it for Alpha Capital. Now, the final one I have for you is Darwinex Zero. So currently not looking that great. We have the return since inception 6.69, max drawdown is minus 9.84, and the return in the last 6 months is 3.81. So I'm positive, but the return to drawdown ratio is pretty bad. It is below 1, which is exactly what you don't want to see, if I'm being honest. And this is the equity curve. So we started in April, had a nice winner, break even, break even, break even. July, explosion, massive trades on the JPY pairs, and then a bit of a losing streak. Zooming in, we had these spikes. So this is the first one, this is the second one. Both of these are great percentage and then reversed. So now for 2025, I'm actually taking 50% of the position off at a 5-to-1 and letting the rest run with my trailing stop loss. So that is my new game plan for 2025. I don't want to go through this process again. It's very tough on our psychology, seeing a trade run massive percentage and then reversing. So gonna change things up, gonna implement a fixed take profit for 50% of my position. I think it's gonna be a pretty interesting thing. Is it gonna impact my bottom line at the end of the year? Sure, a little bit. It's gonna impact the bottom line, but for me, my psychology is much more important than the actual return at the end of the year. So if the end of the year return is like lower by 10% because of this new rule, but I actually catch more winners and I get more consistent percentage throughout the month, I think it's very much worth it. I did backtest this new take profit rule, and it worked pretty good in backtesting. I wouldn't lose out on too much percentage. Yes, the bottom line would be lower, especially in 2023 where we had like 20% and 25% winners on JPY pairs, but it is what it is. In trading, you can always improve something, but then sacrifice something else. So you can never like get a, I don't know, like a full improvement. There's always a sacrifice. There's always a downside to, let's say, implementing a new trade management style. You cannot find a perfect trade management. Trading is absolutely not perfect. And then here in the Darwin live trades, you can see my current Darwin multiplier is at 0.55. That means if I take a 1% position on my live account or on the Signal account, it is gonna take a 0.55% position on this actual Darwin account. And this is my ticker, OHGE. I'm not in Darwinia Gold. These are some of the stats I need to hit. But of course, this is only my first year in Darwinex. This is a long-term game. This is my current rating, 55.9. 13, and I need to have 75 rating to get an allocation. And yeah, that's about it. If you want a deeper dive into these numbers, pause the video and you can take a closer look. But again, I believe this sample size is too small to draw any conclusions. I'm looking at least a sample size of 1 year. That's kind of the minimum. We are missing the first 3 months, and I want to start 2025 with some adjustments that I learned from 2024, and I want to see if we will get some better market conditions as well, maybe some nice strong trends. So we have Trump in office, which could be pretty good for us. The markets could be pretty volatile. We like volatility, we like trends, we like uncertainty as well, because uncertainty creates inefficiencies in the market, and we benefit from inefficiencies in the markets. So yeah, that is about it for Darwinex. If you want to check out FTMO or Darwinex, there will be links in the description if you want to help out the channel. Those are the 2 companies that I actually trust and personally use, so I recommend them to you guys as well. So what is my game plan for 2025? Well, just keep on executing, keep following the plan and letting the probabilities play out. I'm looking to get more capital, of course, so I still have FTMO 50k, Alpha Capital 50k fund accounts. We will see what will happen with that, but I want to buy more FTMOs. I don't want to get more Alpha Capital accounts. As I explained, I do not trust Alpha Capital as a company. I'm not sure even if I reach the payout stage if I will get my money, but FTMO I still think is pretty reliable, pretty good. So I'll definitely be getting an account with FTMO, probably the 100k one, possibly 5%ers account as well. That is the game plan. Start of the year is usually when my strategy works very, very good. Q1 is usually very trending and I get some nice trades. So that is my game plan in terms of funding. I will still be getting CTrader, not MetaTrader. So CTrader, and I can just slap it on the trade copier. Traders Connect supports MetaTrader and CTrader. So I have my main IC markets on MetaTrader. I have my prop firm accounts on CTrader. I think that is the best setup. That is the best way to go. I will be trading my Darwinex Zero account as well. Everything as usual. Currently, I'm in a bit of a drawdown, in a bit of a tough period, but it is nothing I haven't seen in my backtesting, and also it happened in my live trading quite a few times now. So it doesn't really concern me that much. Again, it is tough. It's definitely tough on the psychology. It's been quite a long period in this drawdown, but I'm just gonna go through it. I'm gonna keep following my plan. I know what works. I know that I have a good trading edge. I know that I have a good trading strategy, and I want this video to serve you guys as motivation. If you're struggling, if you're currently in a drawdown, if you're failing challenges, just keep pushing, keep going through it. That is if you have a definable trading edge, of course. So you need to have a definable trading edge, and you need to have backtested data, at least the last 5 years, that proves you have a trading edge in the markets. If you have those 2 things, then just stick to it, keep trading. The probabilities will eventually flip and you will make some nice percentage. I also urge you guys to do a yearly review. So I will go through my trade journal for 2024, see any patterns that I can spot. I have already seen 2 refinements that I can make. The first one is basically before I take every single trade, I give it a grade and I write down how I feel about a trade. So I have seen that if I grade a trade an 8 out of 10, usually it is a loss. But if I grade it a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10, usually it is a winner and it makes good percentage. So I know in 2025, I need to avoid the trades that I grade an 8 out of 10. So I basically compiled all the 8 out of 10 trades from 2024, and they made, I think, net minus 4%. So it's definitely not worth taking them. Second refinement is the one I talked about a lot in this video. It is on the JPY pairs. I'm gonna be taking partials at a 5-to-1 and letting the rest run with a trailing stop loss, which should make the equity curve more steady and more consistent throughout the months. I want to thank you guys very much for watching and supporting my channel in 2024. This year has been absolutely awesome. So we started Zentum Trading, Nico, Griff, and me, which is an educational platform where we teach you to go from zero to consistently profitable. The link will be in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, thank you guys very much for supporting me, for commenting on my videos, giving me feedback, and I very much look forward to 2025. I have some big plans for 2025, some big video ideas and some more day in the life videos, which I love making, and I think you guys like watching them as well. So I will definitely try to pump out more day in the life videos. And also I will be looking into adding a new strategy that maybe has to do more with fundamentals, less with technicals, more with fundamentals, and more on the shorter terms, so on the lower time frames. I'm looking into that sort of a thing, but of course I'm still gonna trade my regular strategy. Still, everything is gonna be absolutely the same, but to be honest, I have a lot of free time. I mean, the strategy is pretty easy to trade. Through the days, you just check the charts on top of each hour, and I do have a lot of free time that I can devote to maybe implementing a strategy based on fundamentals. So I'm looking into that, I'm backtesting it. I'm also backtesting some new currency pairs to add into my current strategy. So very, very exciting things coming in 2025. If you guys want to keep following my journey, definitely subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have reached the end of this video, put in ICT in the comment section, and that way I will know you have reached the end. That is about it. I wish you happy holidays and a happy new year. See you in the next one.